Then as now, however the weeds get there, most of us have gotten them, not only in our yards, but in our lives. Thorny people who were not a part of the plan, who are not welcome, sucking up sunlight and water that were meant for good plants, not weeds. Doesn't this kind of an attitude set up an either or us and them situation where some of us are the wheat while others are the weeds? Who can tell the difference? And who can presume to pull the weeds without harming the tender wheat? She continues as saying, Kermit the Frog may claim that it isn't easy being green. But Barbara Taylor again observes that it's not easy being wheat either, having to compete with the weeds for fertile soil. How many people have thought that they were doing the right thing, even if they use hostile means to rid the church of troublesome weeds, when they're really doing the same things as those they are fighting against? Is it possible that the mystery of the parable has something to do with God's timing and our inability to judge, or for that matter, our unwillingness to trust in God's own judgment? God's judgment, of course, is always better for someone else than it is for us. Still, there is evil and wrongdoing, and surely we're supposed to do something. Taylor says that what God seems to know is that the best and only real solution to evil is to bear good fruit. Our job in a mixed field is not to give ourselves to the enemy by devoting all of our energy to that destruction of the weeds, but to mind our own business, so to speak, our business of being the reconciliation for the world through the practice of unshielded love. If we will give ourselves to that, God will take care of the rest. End of quote. Let us be reminded that God sends both sun and rain on the righteous and the unrighteous alike. If God shows us generosity of spirit, can we do any less? It's hard to be a faithful follower of Christ, yet we must remember that Jesus told us to love our enemies. If we can work at doing this, we will be helping to stop the division that comes with the us versus them, and will allow us to place our energy on cultivating the good seed that God has placed within each human being. Amen.